So not every time you do an aging makeup is going to require one of these three techniques that I just talked about. Think, for example, if you have an actor who is already in his late 50s or early 60s, already has some very obvious wrinkles, looks the age, but they're doing a flashback scene where he's meant to be in his 40s or in his 30s or something. How do you do that reverse age technique? Because you're not going to add extra aging to him for the remainder of the film to make him look older so that at the one time he looks younger. You're going to have to do the reverse technique. So when you're doing the reverse technique, what you're going to do is paint-wise the exact opposite of what we're going to do to make them look older. So instead of deepening the wrinkles, you're going to highlight the wrinkles so that it balances and tricks the eye for camera-wise. You're going to add more bronzes and more color to give more warmth back into the skin. So think of literally exactly what I'm going to show you paint-wise, do the complete opposite color palette and placement-wise. Aside from that, to get a more aggressive 3D look, there's something here called the instant facelift. So this has been around for quite some time, and sometimes it occasionally can be used for photo shoots for more mature clients or even weddings, special occasions, but was developed for film and theatrical techniques. So what this is actually these little pieces here. There's rubber bands that they're attached to, and these little pieces of flexible plastic here, they have an adhesive. So you peel this little adhesive off, and what you're going to do is you're actually going to position it on the temples of the eyes, or in multiple cases, depending on how much you need to de-age the person, you can do multiple. So the temples is a big place to start. Think of if you lift the face here, it's going to give a lifting effect. So you would place one over here, and then this is going to be behind the head. And then you're able to pull this as tight as you need it and hide it either underneath the middle of the hair, under a wig, under a hat, something like that, where it disguises it into the hairline. So you can do as many as you need. Sometimes just lifting the temples up is enough to give a pretty good effect. But you can also lift the neck back with these, putting them on the sides of the neck and pulling back behind the neck. You can put them on the sides of the jaw too, where you can kind of pull back around there. You can use them for a very aggressive technique to really pull it back. Now, I will say they aren't the most comfortable things to wear for extended periods of time. It eventually gets to a point, imagine if your face was pulled back really far for an extended period of time. It's not the most comfortable, but it's not the least comfortable. Now, the good thing about these is the front part will stay stuck to the face, but you can take this middle part out and release the pressure for them. So these little things are going to kind of hang down a bit, but they'll stay stuck on. So after you go on lunch break, you can just come back in, adhere this to the back, and pull it back again. So that way they get a little bit of a break between it, so it's not too much. So that's a really good way that you can make someone look younger. Aside from makeup techniques, of course, wardrobe is going to come into play. Their outfits and their clothing style is going to be a little bit more youthful to aid in the process. And that's something also that's going to help you dramatically, is working with the wardrobe stylist or the costume designer to have a method and a look that works. Whether you're making them look younger or older, wardrobe also plays a huge importance in making someone look older in a very easy technique. So there's a lot of things out there. It just depends on what the character you're doing is. Again, get all the details, and then you can accurately choose how you're going to either age them or make them look younger.